Why, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tits and Tea, the podcast. Yes, you are live with me, the one and only Mama Tits, and I'm going to bring to the stage right now my wonderful, amazing guest, or not guest, God, co-host. Sorry, girl, don't yell at me. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the stage, James with a J. How you doing, girl?
Hey girl, how are you, Bish?
You know, I thought I'd throw in a little facey face today.
Oh, you look wonderful. Killing it.
You
It's been a
know,
while
I
since
feel
we've
it.
had that hair on.
You
It's
know,
an oldie but a goodie.
girl, you know, hey, if it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I
It's
love
been a
this
little
shirt.
bit of a crazy week. Thank you, girl. Can't go wrong with florals.
It's been a crazy week for you.
Yeah, up here in the northwest corner in Seattle, it's been a little bit of a bumpy road this week, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, no, I know. It's been my heart is going out with Seattle right now. And yeah, to each and every one of our listeners, we're going to be going over some first couple of the topics today. We're going to talk about are going to be a little bit heavy, so settle in. We are going to go with some light stuff a little bit later, but we do have some things to talk about. As you all know, our news cycle for the Tits and Tea podcast works every Monday to Monday prior to the Thursday streaming. So everything happened. We cut off our news cycle this Monday prior, so we can get everything ready for the show. And unfortunately, it was a really kind of shitty week. There was some pretty heavy things that happened. We're going to get into that, but know that we love each and every one of you, and as a community, we will get through so much as long as we stand together. That's
Absolutely.
really the most important thing. And I'm really excited because we have a wonderful, wonderful guest that I cannot wait to bring to the stage.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I also want to say I had a little sad thing that happened this week. It really destroys me. My little sweet baby Nachito. Yeah, I had to put him down 2 days ago actually, and that was such a hard thing to deal with for me. For babies, they're your babies. That's why you call them fur babies for a reason. So
little blessings of love.
yeah, but he was a rescue, and the years that he was here, he knew nothing but love and everything that he ever wanted. So, yeah, I love you, Nachito. So let's get into it. You ready to dive into the show and get everything ready? You want to bring this dude to the stage?
Let's get into it, girl.
Yeah,
Here we
so
are.
I'm really, really excited. James with the J and I have been scouring the planet for the craziest, wildest, most wonderful people to join in the show. And we have found at the bottom of the barrel, the darkest of the dank, the craziest place with the slimiest of slime. We have found the just baddest bitch we could find.
Our kind of people.
Baby, why do you think she's here? Why do you think she's guest number 2? So please welcome to the pod. Welcome to the Tits and Tea podcast and the stage. Please make some noise for Rhea Litré. Hey, diva.
Drex, baddest in the house.
Hey, girl.
Oh, thank you I'm so good. I was so excited when you asked me to do this. Like the Tits and Tea, I listened to the Coco Montrese episode, and I was so excited to be here. First, I gotta say, congratulations on your Rhea mission. We're so happy for you. Like, what a great accomplishment. So everyone, round of applause for Mama Tits. Yes, honey, she is snatched. Honey, she's hit her goal weight, honey. She's wearing her short hair off her shoulders because it's 100 degrees out here.
Girl, she got that air conditioning on high. I am inside the drag room podcast studio. I am locked away. I feel bad because Manila and Latrice are literally 3 blocks down the street, outside in the street, on the stage performing. I'm like, good luck, girls. I love you.
Oh, I just found out that, and I was like, okay, I might have to go to the Zona Romantica tonight to go see Latrilla, because, hey, there's nothing better than seeing your favorite OGs.
Girl, these divas, they came over to the house this afternoon to, have a little kiki. And I've loved these girls. We have known each other for years. And it's so nice. It's just like you and I have known each other for years. Like, we've all kind of circled in the same circles, kind of done our own things. And I do love the fact that, like, you and I are very similar in the fact that we don't follow the same pathway that a lot of the other girls have followed and gotten onto Drag Race and getting on all that stuff. And we've kind of made our own way. And what's new with you? Because I know you are Baddest Bitch. You have been circling around with some of the top names and carrying your own for years and creating your own name in Los Angeles and in and around the United States and the world, building it without television, without any of that stuff, and building through viral videos, through activism, through just getting your pussy out there and just stomping the pavement and letting the children have it. So what's going on with you?
Well, you know, I am someone that is such a fame whore that I'm just never gonna stop. And with that being, I just dropped my Latin album, Punto. My first single, Tu Dueños, out. I dropped my music video for my second single, Piggy Slut.
I just heard that.
Yeah, featuring Scarlett Bobo, and my brother Velo, who produced the whole album. Oh, she is just the best. You know, having her as a part of this album was really great. Like we even did a song about PV.
I love it. It's so naughty.
Yeah, like I got to shout out all of my favorite places, like where I'm at right now. I am at the TRIS, Puerto Vallarta, the gayest, most incredible destination in Puerto Vallarta. I mean,
super fab.
It's just so incredible how fast Tristan was able to build a community here. In this building, really, you know?
He knows what he's doing. He built a beautiful hotel. He treats all of the divas really well. He treats all of us. You know, whether you work at Trist to do entertainment or you are an entertainer in the community, him and his team treat you with utmost respect and kindness and dignity. You know, he had me on the pink carpet at the opening, and we were there for. I mean, that was one hell of an opening weekend.
I mean.
Girl.
He does not play when it produces. He don't play.
No. Tristan,
I mean, come on. The whole Madonna era, this whole Madonna era. Oh my God. Like, Tristan throwing her parties. Like, he makes me feel proud to be gay. Like, I'm just like.
At least we have one of the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. At least one of them is us.
Literally, and he's doing so much for us.
He's kinky, he's sex positive, he wants people to just be naughty at his hotels and live that queer life. I do love watching that he is gobbling up queer locations around the way. Now, I get it, a lot of people are very like, ooh, I don't know, and he is changing. There's a culture that comes with it, and some people may not like that culture, but after talking with him and having communications with Tristan and getting to know him here in Puerto Vallarta and over our time together, I've realized that he really is looking to save the queer iconic locations around the country from big corporate takeovers, from non-queer ownership. And some people are like, well, what happens when he runs out of money? Girl, he's fine.
You know what? I think he's pretty smart. I don't think he's going to worry about that. Yeah. I'm sure there's a mutual fund somewhere.
Real quick, Mama, quick shout out to your mom. Let's say hi.
Oh,
my mom.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Mom. Hey, Bobby. How you doing, girl? Oh my. For those of you who are listening to this after the fact on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or on the podcast list, you can stream this every Thursday. You can watch us live at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and join in the fun. Or you can catch up on the episodes in the back end. But if you want to communicate with us live in the stream, you just got to catch us when we're streaming live, like my mother is doing right now. Hi, Mom. I hope you're having a good time, enjoying yourself.
Hello, Mama Tits.
And trust me, she's ready for it all. She is my mom, so she can handle everything. So I'm super excited that you're here. You've got so many new things. You've got your new album out. You're hanging out here you happen to be in Puerto Vallarta right now. Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it, ladies.
Let's dive in right away to the hot topics of today. So let me kind of give you a little back end of what's going on. So unfortunately, this is our very first heavy topic of the day. And if you are triggered by gun violence or anything like that, this may not be the segment you want to listen to. So on Saturday, July 25th, a vehicle was driven into the crowd at Berlin's Christopher Street Day Pride event near the Brandenburg Gate. So it was the Christopher Street Day Pride event near the famous Brandenburg Gate. And then the driver attacked people with a bladed weapon. One woman was tragically killed, and 29 people were injured. Of that 29, several critically. and the Pride March was called off subsequently. German authorities identified the suspect as a 21-year-old. I will not be saying their name here because I don't give space to the violent people. But it was a 21-year-old born in Germany with Lebanese roots, described as a radicalized member of Berlin's, quote, Islamist scene, with prior conviction tied to attempted ISIL association. So he's been known to be connected with some of these things. After a day-long manhunt, the police located the suspect in a suburb on Sunday, and he ran at them with a weapon, and he was subsequently killed.
Bye,
What
Felicia.
the hell is happening to the world?
It's insane. I mean, people just really need to maybe sit down and smoke a joint and maybe look at how beautiful the sunset is. There are so many things in this world that is so beautiful that if something pisses you off, look at something else. You know, you're allowed to have your opinion, but you can't go out there doing stuff like this. Like, listen, Pulse Nightclub, I lost a really, really great friend of mine. And so I really am sending some great vibes out there to anybody that lost anybody, especially when they were out there being queer and present, because pride is so important. Yeah. Pride is important. For me, it's a place where people can let their freak flag fly for those that have not had the power to do it themselves yet. And it's an inspiring thing, but you know, pride is more of a protest than ever now. So
always has been, always will be.
And it's sad. I mean, I didn't even know this happened. It's
so traumatic to see this is reoccurring. It's traumatic to the people who were there. This reminds us that it really isn't just what's going on in the United States with Nazis rising to power and white supremacy taking over the United States government.
It's everywhere. You
know, it's everywhere. And the world is at this fucking breaking point where it's like, you know, it feels like it's just building and building and building. And what scares me is when it pops, because there's gotta be a limit.
It's gonna affect all of us too. And you know, fuck, man, that's really, really depressing to hear.
Well,
in Germany,
feels of this. Bringing it kind of close to home, James and I are Seattle. That's where Mama got her start, was Seattle.
That's where I met you.
Sunday evening at the Bite of Seattle, down at Seattle Center, a shooting broke out at the Bite Festival in the middle of everybody between two gunmen. 3 people were killed, a 19-year-old man, a 44-year-old man, and a 56-year-old woman. Several others were injured, including a toddler. One of the suspects is in custody, and police were searching for the second as of this Monday morning. No hate crime motives have been confirmed on this as of our taping, but the separate, you know, this is just showing that these things are happening everywhere to everyone. It's not just a queer issue. This is a human issue. This violence and this rhetoric that's happening around the world, and this supremacy, this Nazism, this rise in fascism all over the world. You see what's going on. I mean, I'm watching what's happening in Colombia right now. I have one of the most beautiful, most wonderful, amazing human beings in my life, and he just happens to be Colombian. And looking at what's going on and learning about everything through him has been really eye-opening. And then watching what's going on with the president of Colombia right now, and how there's a very good chance that their election was messed with and he should not be there. And now he's just sweeping changes and militarizing things and going straight up with Israel. And
sounds a lot like Trump.
Right.
Like literally, how does this happen? There's like got to be some kind of like secret society that I don't know of that is able to do all these things. Like as soon as I found out that Starlink was like the voting like counter for the election, I'm like, how did that happen? How is that okay? And what are the steps that we can make as American citizens to do. Like, I don't know where to start. What, I call Gavin Newsom? Like, I call my senator, but what is that going to do?
This is so upsetting to watch all of this continue to happen and to see people like Trump succeed in this blatant, violent, hateful, just
whirlwind.
Yeah.
Correct. Thank you. Whirlwind.
Yeah.
Like, that is just laying waste to everything.
I feel like everyone just needs to listen to Lady Gaga when she says lead with kindness. Like, but like, honestly, like, even if someone's yelling at me, if someone's going off on me, if I switch my perception and be like, if I just lead with kindness in this moment, it would change everything. I mean, I could go the hell off on you, and depends on what mood I'm in. But I'm really trying this new thing of like, okay, well, you don't know what that person's going through, you know. So maybe if you approach it in a softer manner, you know, I mean, it's just being kind. Like, well, it's that hard for a lot of people, I guess.
Yeah, you know, we've been here before. Those of us who are of a certain age, we've been here before. We know what it's like. We've heard this rhetoric. We've heard all of this. We've heard the attack on our community before. We know, unfortunately, we know what that feels like. We know how to combat it. We know how to handle it. We know how to let it roll off our backs. The shitty part is that it's the new generation that doesn't know how to deal with this, and it is very jarring and traumatic.
Well, I think it's our fault because we spoiled these little motherfuckers, and they don't know what it is to fight anymore.
But isn't that? But wait a minute, though. Isn't that what we fought for?
Well, we fought for it for them, so they don't know the struggle. Like, they don't remember Prop 8.
How are we mad at them for not knowing the struggle? If we made it so, if we did the fighting and our generations before us did the fighting so they didn't have to. We're
trying to point the finger, but we have to educate the kids a little bit more, you know?
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. We need to be,
because they don't remember, you know, the AIDS crisis. They don't remember fighting for a same-sex marriage. They don't remember any. They have been fucking spoiled. You spoiled brats. Like, open your eyes and realize what's going on. Us old bitches can't be the ones storming the capitals. You guys need to get up like they did in the 70s. Yeah. Go off, kids. Like, I'm asking you to, and I'll march with you. Well, that's the
thing is, these kids could. I'm sorry, James, to cut you off.
That's okay.
These kids could do so much.
They're so smart. They have been exposed to so much education. They know technology. It's insane that they don't care enough. But it's because they haven't lost anything yet. So I fear it's going to take us losing all of our rights for them to be like, oh, wait, what just happened? You know?
I'm afraid that even that won't be enough. But I think this is an interesting turn because I think what we have been doing to young people, especially in America, is such a huge disservice, especially like the amount of sex and violence that we're exposing younger and younger kids to. We're forcing
with that being said, though, with the violence thing, start hitting your kids
fast. And if you think about it, the suspect in the Berlin incident was only 21.
Yeah.
The suspect in the Seattle incident is 15 years old.
What?
The suspect in custody is 15 years old. The second suspect who died at the scene was 19. And then there's a third suspect that they're still looking for.
Okay, so this is babies. These are kids.
These are babies.
They are not getting their asses whooped by their parents. Bitch, I was terrified to do something wrong as a child. My mother would look at me like this, and I would stop what I was doing. I'd be quiet and stand still.
I have to say, you know, there's a limit, and my mother's probably reveling in this if she's watching. I think that there is a limit.
Don't break the skin. That was my mom's rule.
I mean, this is a hot take, you know, clip it. The thing is I do think that we've gotten a little soft with our children. I do think that, you know, as human beings, as part of the animal community, there are certain things that parents used to do where they would kind of, you know, smack their kid around and maybe kind of really catch their attention. And
I
really
highly believe in it.
You know, and get a little bit of fear, because now these kids know that they don't really have like a physical there's not really, and I am not in any way advocating violence, but what I am being like, some of these damn girls.
We're talking about consequences.
Yeah, these kids are also like calling out of school because they need an emotional day. Girl, shut up! Girl!
Right. But on the flip side, like you mentioned earlier, I mean, the kids we're talking about are basically our peers' children at this point, right? Like the people we went to school with, these are their kids that are growing up now. So it's our generation that has developed this younger generation that is insufficient.
Are we the boomers now?
Right? I mean, it's cause and effect.
But I do say, because there was something to be said about the 80s when all a mother had to do was give a child a look, and that child knew that if you did not stop in that moment,
it was going to go off when you got home,
and you were going to be in tears.
Yeah,
but you know what?
And throw something else into the mix, though. I've been hearing a lot recently about the privatization and takeover of youth sports, and now how youth sports are now unaffordable to most families. And when you think about all the funding that gets cut from schools, what's the first thing to go? After school programs, arts programs. Kids have nothing to do with their time. Kids have nowhere to go.
This is true.
Right? That's part of the problem here.
Is the devil's playground.
Yes.
It's true though. You do know that when we were younger, if we didn't have stuff to do, if we weren't out there, getting in trouble, we were getting in trouble.
I would go out and jump on my pogo stick for 15 minutes. You would just find something to do, and it's just I feel like
cell phones.
Yeah, the internet and smartphones, you don't even know how to interact with people anymore. You know what I mean?
Part of me is almost like, should we be banning children from cell phones? And should
there be they've done that in Australia and now France. They've banned social media for kids under 16.
Ooh, I don't know about social media, but I feel like banning phones. I feel like before you're 16, you get a pager. Remember those? and then get a phone.
Well, get an old grandma phone. Get an old grandma brick phone. Give them an old Nokia brick phone. That's a dumb phone.
The little flip. Yeah.
This. You guys look at this. So the new thing is to have a house phone, a cell phone that only stays in the kitchen and can only be used when you're in the house. It's a landline.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Girl, unless that thing is attached to the kitchen wall. I mean, come on. Unless that thing is attached to the kitchen wall with a 400-meter long twisty cord that is going to get drugged through the damn house and twisted and knock the lamp off in the kitchen or in the living room because you went around the corner too far. Bitch. No.
I need a Roseanne phone. I need a Roseanne phone yesterday.
I love a Roseanne. Come on, Roseanne phone. That's what we all had a Roseanne phone.
We did.
Back before Roseanne was crazy. Back when Roseanne was queer positive and
yellowish brown,
a pioneer before she was.
Yeah, I think menopause did something to her. But you know what? I love the old her, and I have
something to her. I mean, allegedly. But she was. I still to this day watch The Golden Girls and Roseanne.
Yep.
Every day almost.
Love sitcoms.
It's either when I'm making up in drag, it's The Golden Girls, and today was the Turkey Lurkey episode, and then when I'm sleeping, it's either The Golden Girls or Roseanne. Just start over the series, run it every night while I'm sleeping. Girl. It's good writing, and it reminded me back in the day when I was watching Roseanne when I was a kid. I used to think that they were literally my mother was one of the secret writers because so many of the isms and everything were so my mom that I was like, what?
I mean, that's how moms were back then, though. They were stern, they were loving, they cared for the kids, but they didn't let them get away with shit. And I feel like my mom was the same way.
Yeah, my mom to this day. You go to a family reunion and the kids are acting up, ain't nobody can get them wrangled. My mother walks in the room, she just looks, and they're all like,
"Girl, I lived in fear of my mom's backhand. She never missed."
My mother from till 16.
Never.
Yeah.
I'm still scared of my mom's backhand.
Well, but I do think there is something to be said. I mean, I don't think that you should be truly, truly afraid of your parents, but you should fear their consequences of them coming down on you. And they should have a little bit of leeway to kind of like smack you around a little bit with, because I mean, come on, look at the animal kingdom. I mean, no, I know we're not animals, we're civilized animals, but come on, look at the animal kingdom. That mama dog or that mama cat will beat the living shit out of their little baby. Once.
And they won't do it again.
And what about this? What do you think? Do you also think a little bit of respect goes a long way? Like if you respect your parents and you feel respected back, you don't want to disappoint them, right?
Exactly. It's not, because it's not just about I'm scared she's gonna beat me up. It's like you don't want to disappoint your parents.
That was the thing. It was I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Ugh.
That was the worst.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it gutted me.
I'm the oldest of 3 kids. Do you guys have siblings?
I'm the only living child out of 5. Unfortunately, we had a string of tragedies that ran through the family. But on my father's side, I have a half brother and I have 2 stepsisters. But we were all kind of adults. I didn't really spend a lot of time with my younger brother and my sisters. I was way an adult before they came into the family. So unfortunately, I was an only child. But yeah, no. Siblings, I'm not used to that.
And you, James? Oh, I think you might be frozen.
I think James is frozen.
Yeah.
Let's remove him from the stage and see if we can bring him back in. He may have lost his internet. I don't see anything happening. Let's see if he pops back in. Let's see. He'll probably come back into the room here in a minute. He knows how to do all that. But oh my goodness, wow, we just went on a little crazy wild journey on this hot topic. I'm still just gutted about what happened in Berlin. Pride is a protest. Pride is important. And now with what happened in Berlin, we really need to remember that welcome back, girl.
A little blip there.
It happens. Internet, it happens. But hey, smooth. Come on, look at us technically just moving with it.
Right.
Our hearts go out to Berlin. Our hearts go out to the queer community. Each and every human being that was touched by this, and each and every human being listening to this. No human being in the world deserves to be mowed down because somebody else disagrees with who they are or how they're living their life. As long as they are not hurting any other human being, you should not be that angry about another person living and existing.
Mind your business. Go pay your taxes. Go do something for yourself. Like, don't come on.
And to Seattle, our deepest condolences and our hearts are going to Seattle as you're getting through this. The Baddest Seattle is such a great place. It actually brings together such a wonderful mix of Seattle. It actually is one of the most diverse events in Seattle, and it breaks my heart to see that happen. So our thoughts are with everybody. And with that, we're going to go ahead and close out this Hot Topic segment. Wow, everybody. So we were on this whole thing of, we got to talking about some politics and blah, 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 in the Trump administration. But we're going to go right into chisme right now.
Ooh, chisme time.
Si no hablas español, está bien. Tú no hablo español, no pasa nada. Chisme, if you don't speak Spanish, no big deal. Chisme is just the gossip, the drama, whatever's happening, the scuttlebutt, the water cooler stuff, what's going on. And speaking of Trumpy Dumpy, the orange turd, the Nazi in chief, the Nazi in Dorito powder, he mocked Dylan Mulvaney at the Correspondents Dinner. And he was mocking one of CNN's Caitlin Collins, saying that Caitlin looked like Dylan Mulvaney. And I would never want to look like that. Girl, first of all, why you got Dylan Mulvaney in your mouth, Mr. Trumpy Dumpy? Why are you still so pressed about Miss Dylan Mulvaney? She is living her fierce and fabulous life. She is following her dreams and doing her thing. She don't even think about you. Why the hell? Like, she stopped her fabulous life to make a snapback, and girl, she snapped.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, and I feel like this is great for her. Like
Yes.
this is awesome. This is taking her to a whole other level of being seen, and
Yep.
that's what we need. We need more trans women like Dylan Mulvaney in the public eye, because she
Yes.
is someone to look up to, someone who has gone through things, and someone who has a great head on her shoulders. And I'm actually like, I think that's the coolest thing Trump has ever done.
Well, you know, it's like it shows that he's paying attention to us, that we
Yep.
are pressing him so much.
Oh, he
And
can't
you
take
know,
it.
and it's like, and I'm sorry for somebody who shits themselves and smells like a rotting corpse. Literally, have you seen the videos coming out lately of like people literally sitting behind him and just like,
Yeah.
Well, I
can't
just shot
put it
myself
together.
yesterday because I had some Mexican water, but it's okay.
hey, you know what? You know, it's so funny. I was watching a comic talk about the whole explosive diarrhea thing. Like, oh my God, the United States is having to deal with explosive diarrhea. We've dealt with that in Mexico for 500 years. Like,
Yes, honey.
it's one of those things. Like, I'm sorry, you're going through it, girl. It's probably you should wash the booty before you eat it. I don't think it was the water. Don't blame the water for your naughty habits. No, I think it is great for Mulvaney. I think you know she kind of had stepped out of the light for a while. She was often doing musicals, kind of following her dream, and now all of a sudden she's thrust back into it. And they're bringing up the Budweiser thing, which I think was probably brilliant for Budweiser as well. All the crazy outright. Everybody knows about it. Everybody talks about it. And she clapped back, and she was actually talking on TikTok. On TikTok, God, now I do sound like one of the new boomers. She was talking on TikTok, congratulating Colin. She noted that she kept a low profile since 2023, and yet remains his topic of conversation all these years later, joking that she might be the one that got away from him. For men like him, she's permanently burned into their retinas. And I really do think that it is. It's like when they see a trans person living out fierce and fabulously, it burns into their retina and their rage comes out. And
their closet rage.
What's that?
Their closet rage.
Literally.
Like
I want this to be a big moment for her. Like, I would love for her to like have an SNL appearance. Like, I you know, like I feel like the Democrats and all the people and the entertainers in the entertainment industry, they need to be like, okay, you want to put her on? Let's put her on.
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. SNL, come on.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome.
Right, here's the call.
I think it's great, and she also took a huge compliment, like that she was like referred to Miss Collins. Like, Caitlin Collins is such a great reporter. She is such a great journalist, doing her job, pressing this asshole in chief every time she can. Strong. She takes his abuse to her face, from Air Force One to the briefing room to the correspondent, everywhere. And she stands tall, fierce, and everything. And now Dylan Mulvaney gets to stand next to her. Dylan, you're in good company, girl. You are fierce. You are fabulous. And once again, let me say this. Trans people are welcome here. Trans people are not the problem. Trans people are quite possibly the solution. Trans people have always existed, always will existed, and trans people are welcome here. And if you have a problem with it, go fuck yourself.
Seriously.
Let's go on to the next Cheesemates topic, shall we? Oh my goodness. So, Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay.
She's gonna face some girlies.
Okay. And?
Girl, and she looks good. She
nice.
Looks super good, tight, clean. Does not look like she has a facelift. Look like time just reversed itself. And she was talking about how she's been on the Ozempis, and she's been on Mounjaro, actually. You know, a designer girl like myself. Because people are like, oh my God, what happened? I was like, I don't do Ozempic. I don't do generic, you know, public brands. I do name brand Mounjaro. So I, you know, watching her and go through that journey, and she's getting control of her life. And she was joking about how when she was walking around Ireland, they were all asking her if she was okay.
Because she was all swollen.
And her face was all saggy because she had lost weight. And girl, let me tell you, I feel it. I've got this waddle here, and like, and then with the cancer treatments, and like I've been kind of putting on weight again, and so it's been doing weird things, and I'm fighting it again. I was off the Mounjaro, and I'm back on the Mounjaro to kind of tighten it all back up and kind of get myself back down. But I girl, I get it. Like, you deflate, you do everything. Like, my skin, I have to pull it, I have to grab it here and pull it around the back of my neck to do my eyeliner right. Like, it's stretching out. So I'm like, girl, I want to know your doctor. And I guess she's telling everybody who the doctor is. And she notoriously said she would never have work done either.
Oh wow. Well, I'm glad that she did. I'm glad that she did, because it makes you it feels so much better. You know what I mean? And
yeah, she changed her mind. She said, I did it for me. And I'm like, you know what, girl, get it.
Yeah.
Willem sells that good tape that they like to tape all the girls back with. So it's not duct tape. It's like this clear tape
or whatever.
Yeah, and it doesn't hold on to your hair, but it holds on everything. It's great for tucking. It's great for this. So if you don't have a budget for the facelift, get the tape.
Right.
Girl, you know what? You can always do the old ab fab style. Just grab her by the back of the neck, shuck her up and down a little bit, and cut off the slack. No, but I mean, some people are really against plastic surgery, and I don't understand it. I understand that some people are like, wow, some people can go over the top, and I agree. There are people who have gone way further than I would ever go in my body, but that's their body. It's the only thing I hope is that everybody's getting the healthy surgeries and not like the old back alley surgeries, like especially like some of the dolls had to deal with back in the day.
Well, I love Mexico so much that that's the reason I'm here. I'm here to get dental work done. I lost this tooth I want to say 6-8 months ago. I went to the dentist in LA. And they were like $3,000 a tooth. They actually gave me a printout for everything that was going to be done was $17,000. I'm like, what? And so I come here, I get seen, I get a cleaning, I got my x-rays and everything. It was under $300 so far. It's just been such a good experience. And for anyone that's scared to go to Mexico to do things, bitch, people get things done in Mexico all the time. And it's just, for me, I'm I'm not going to go to Tijuana. I'm going to go to the gayest city in the world and, and have some fun,
Medical tourism is a really great thing that we have down here. A lot of people don't understand it. They're like, wait, how would you do that? Girl, I did all of my cancer treatments here in Mexico. I didn't leave the country. I did everything here. I went to Guadalajara. I did my PET scan. I did all my radiation. I did my surgery. My surgery was robotic. Everything was done. I had a VIP suite. My mom came and stayed. They had basically a twin size bed sofa bed in there. I had a 75-inch TV with internet and everything hooked up. I had some of the best hospital food I've ever had. I was like, wait, this isn't hospital food. None of it tasted like it came out of a weird, sterile factory.
And how about everyone is nice?
Girl.
Right?
How about everyone is so lovely? And I feel like I'm seen as a patient and not a number.
Yeah.
I have my oncologist and my urologist. I have all my oncologists' cell numbers. I text them on WhatsApp and they contact me anytime. I'll be like, hey, I've got a question or I'm nervous about this. They're like, okay, what's up? Going on?
That's the same with my dentist, Carla in Sayulita. Girl, go to Carla. She's also like an angel. Some people are just angels and you're like, ugh, why is everyone so hateful in America?
Look at the climate that everybody has to deal with up there, girl.
It is true.
Girl, it's tired up there. I left 10 years ago. I came down here 10 years ago and fell in love with Puerto Vallarta. And then I decided to move here and be here. And I was like, you know what? And I left the first time the orange turd showed up. And I knew the writing was on the wall. And I'm very grateful now because it's much more difficult to immigrate here than it was compared to what it was then. But this was the best decision I ever made, to deprogram the United States out of me and start programming Mexican culture and Latin American culture and learning different ways and different things. And, there's something so simple as about when you show up to a group, if you have food and you show up in a group, the first thing you do is offer it to every single person in that group. And every single person may take a piece, and you may only be left with a bite at the end. But it is the proper thing to do, the correct thing to do, and the great thing is everybody at least got a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And nobody was left out. And it is one of the biggest offenses you can do if you show up in a group and you've got food and you don't offer it to anybody. And they will just silently, you'll get iced out. And those little those little things like that in the community that are here in Latin America, especially here in Mexico, that and in Colombia, you know, these are the things that really bring community together. These are things that it's where you take the time when you say hello to somebody. It's not, hey, what are you doing today? I need to do da 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 da. It's, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Well, like
I love it. I love it here in Puerto Vallarta. Every time I walk down the street, everyone wants to do something for me. Which I've had 3 rub and tugs. I've had I've got my marijuanas on the street. Everyone is so kind. Everyone asks me what I want to do. In fact, I went on a boat.
Delivery number. Don't do the streets anymore. I'll give you the delivery number. It's much better.
I went on a boat today because someone was so kind. You know, they just, hey, and he let me know the price. It was like $175 for me and my 3 friends to go on a boat, you know, and it was just so lovely. I'm just obsessed with Mexico, and I talk about this because my mom is always like, why do you have to go to Mexico? You know, she thinks that it's so terrifying because that's the way they portray it wherever she's seeing it. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I've
Mom,
lived here for 10 years and I have never felt unsafe.
No.
Yeah, and I flew here by myself. I came here by myself, and my mom was like, "You're crazy. What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, Mom, you don't understand. Puerto Vallarta is heaven on earth."
What you're hearing up there is pure racism and hate and stereotyping of an old Mexico that no longer exists. Yeah. And if you're going to just itemize out one problem and exacerbate that one problem, let's turn that mirror on who's calling it out, because I don't have to worry about mass shootings here in Mexico at all. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it. You know, if there is a situation between, you know, the cartels and the government doing their thing, you know, they're doing their thing. Unfortunately, sometimes people do get caught in the crossfire, but that is never the intention. It's never like somebody was going to a synagogue or a school or a, you know, a church or going to a movie theater or a hospital. Like, no, none of that.
Yeah.
No, it's a whole different world down here, and I love it. And since you decided to open up the door a little bit, girl, since you decided to go ahead and start talking about your adventuras, we are going to introduce everybody to a new segment on the show called The Hot Seat. It's where we're going to be put our guests on a little hot seat, a little tongue-in-cheek, a little fun, a little naughtiness. I know nothing is off limits with you, Miss Rhea Litré. So we're going to go ahead and put you on a little bit of this. So sit down, relax, breathe, because we are putting you in the hot seat. James with a J has got the very first question. James with a J, please, what is your first question?
All right. So full disclosure, girl, we put all of our little fairy detectives on the case before tonight, looking into your past. And truth be told, we could not find anything. Your past looks squeaky, squeaky clean.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
How the hell are you the baddest bitch and we can't find any like public record, any bank scandal, girl?
Any juicy tea?
Oh, well, I have a really good lawyer. So yes, I really do. I have a great lawyer, and I have got, you know, I've gotten in trouble. I've been in the West Hollywood Sheriff's Department a couple times, but everything thankfully worked out in my favor.
Can we ever talk? What can we talk about? What for?
I used to scrap. I used to really like to fight in my 20s, and luckily
That's not a scandal. You know, come on, people, girl. That's not a scandal compared to
a scandal.
The world now. My goodness.
I mean, I'm a pretty good girl at being a badass. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck around when it comes to the law. I think that you have too much to lose, and I'm really working on this who cares thing, like we were talking about. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? You know, I got into a fist fight last year on the street in West Hollywood, and I was like, what? Like, how did I allow myself to do that? So I'll you know, I'm not throwing hands anymore.
There, girl? What happened?
Tequila.
Don't you blame that delicious.
No, actually, somebody called me Drag's brokest bitch, and I don't. How hilarious is that? First of all, and then, but I was not ready to hear it. I was not ready to hear it, and I swung. Yeah, I swung, you know.
All you heard is broke, and she was like, "Not me, bitch."
Right.
And you know what? But he got the upper hand, bitch. He stole my wig and then took a picture of it and put it on the internet. It was all in the gutter, and it was a good human too.
I love
But you
it.
know what? I learned my lesson. Small price to pay.
Did you go find
Yep.
your girl?
Huh?
Did you go find a girl? Did you go find your wig? Did you go say
No, because I double stacked that day. So when he ripped off the top layer, I still was lit.
Girl.
I got them.
Well, at Roxy Andrews.
Very that.
Yeah. Bitch. Now, okay, with that, because, okay, you're pretty inventive. Now, you've been famous longer than some Drag Race winners.
Most.
Have been, and you've been famous longer than some of these Drag Race winners have even been doing drag. Perez Hilton personally told you to change your name back in the day, and you said no. And you said
No, he didn't. He didn't like it. He didn't get it. But you know, I really didn't get it either because the way I got my drag name was Rhea's the queen of all the mother of all the gods,
Okay.
and Litré was the name of a piece of jewelry or a rock that he gave to her. So I thought it sounded really fancy, and I was like, oh, cute. I honestly didn't know that it was going to be a career either. I was just, you know, I just wanted to tuck it back and get on stage. But I found out the pun. Do you want to know the pun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rhea Litré.
Ah! Yeah!
That's awesome.
Girl, you are drag's brokers. I mean, baddest.
Right.
I'm a real drag queen now, and I have a name with a pun.
I love it. Well, mine, okay, I'll tell you mine. Okay, Mama Tits. First of all, of course, I didn't think this was going to end up becoming what it is and like stick with me. And now you can't change it.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. But I too have a one, but it came from the most psychotic gift I'd ever gotten from somebody. I don't know if you remember this. I think you might have been a part of the show, James, but I got a present delivered to me at the Unicorn.
Okay.
Somebody delivers a present. I'm like, oh my God, how sweet. We open it up. It is an ugly Christmas sweater. And I was like, oh, how kind of cute. James, you remember this?
I remember it from the show.
All of a sudden, and it's like, oh my God. And then there's a reindeer flying. And then it's shitting. And on the roof. And it is embroidered, Mama Shits.
I love her. You're her a couple times a day, I'm sure.
Girl, you know, I was like, well, she does, but I was like, this is one of the least inventive, like trying to like read a bitch, be like, okay,
Yeah.
Mama Tits, Mama Shits. But
But you know what? Poop is always funny.
But girl, I was like, what? Who was your coach, Lady Bunny? But you know the handmade shitting reindeer Christmas sweater.
Right.
Girl, I wish I still had it. I thought I kept it, and I think I ended up throwing it away because maybe one day I thought it had anthrax sewn into it. Or
Well, because
something.
like that was like practice. Like you would have to like practice that shit.
Right?
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Rhea, we were just talking about you being famous and Perez Hilton and all this stuff, but you've never been on the show. Why the fuck ain't you ever been on the race?
I was on RuPaul Drag Race. I was in the season 3 casting episode. Thank you very much. And I feel like I really killed it.
What was it? I was in the season 4 voting.
Literally. Honestly, sidebar, how fun was that back in the day? When like I really feel like WoW needs to go back to the old way that they used to cast the show.
Giving at least one person a slot from a fan vote. And
I just feel like,
girl,
hey,
I got on the show that year. Because of that fan voting thing. I was right behind penetration.
I love like these young queens that do the kicks and the splits and the things and all that. I do. But that can't be the whole cast, Mama. Like,
there's so much more to drag.
There's
Yeah.
so
Yes,
much more
and
drag than just this, and I feel like that's why I don't follow the show. That's why I don't have a podcast talking about drag.
it's not a great representation of what drag really is.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, you know, the seasoned, older, fierce bitches that have been doing this a long time are booked. And that audition process is really hard. And honestly, a lot of them I feel are so you know, discouraged because they've tried out so many times. I really would love to see WoW get back on the streets and go into the bars and go in and be like, hey, you. You know what I mean? 'Cause I like my girls with a little bit of dirt on them.
But
you
to
know
be
what
honest,
I mean?
I don't think they're ever going to go back to that. I think they found that they love their little teenage girl show, little 12-year-old
What sells? It's
They
what
make a
sells.
shit ton of
It's what's
money.
making the
It's
money.
cookie cutter. They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
So cool, James. I'm going to let you. This is the third and final question of the hot seat. So, it's turning up.
One more. So before the parties, before the music, you had a whole other chapter of your career. Let's call it diverse. Tell the people at home how a girl goes from that resume to being the queen who's promoting New Year's Eve in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh my gosh. I mean, well, I started off, I was discovered by Jeffrey Sanker in magazine in 2003, 2004. I was in the spread and he was like, I need to get this guy here. That moment changed my life. I then met his publicist, Phil Lobel, and I started working with him. And then unbeknownst to me, he did the PR for the Abbey and Girl Bar Dinah Shore. And so I was thrusted into this world of nightlife.
Nice.
And it was incredible because these guys were the fathers. Like and I had the best, you know, people to look up to. And then I started doing drag and because it was just like a fun thing. Like it was more like, let's go see Josh out in drag tonight, you know? 'Cause at that point, drag really wasn't that prevalent in West Hollywood. Like they had the Dream Girls show and the Mickey show, but there wasn't a lot of drag queens at the parties. And that's something that like really started to blow up when like Detox moved to LA and Megan Page Brooks was doing Metro Mondays with my brother Shane Hawk, and it was just such a great era. And my brother Shane gave me my first, you know, weekly gig, and bam, she became Rhea Litré. But I always got to use my PR background to help, you know, Rhea in her career, which is why I was like, you know, writing articles in magazines. I knew how to get interviews in magazines. And
do you ever miss your old career?
What's that?
Do you ever miss that old life?
I do, but I still do it, really. You know, I do it for Rhea all the time. But I also do think that I'm at the point now where I'm ready to do it for other people. So, you know, I think that is a door that will open again, because I do have a lot of love for public relations and marketing, and I really care about people, and I really like to use my knowledge to help them, because I feel like if I can help you get to your spot, like maybe I can ride your coattails one day.
Sure.
Well, girl, it's all about helping each other.
Yeah. Well, and then I think an interesting part of drag that maybe doesn't get talked about so much is, you know, what are you going to do towards the end of your career? You know, like, what are you going to do as you get older? How are you going to retire? How are you going to live?
Retirement with this.
Right.
Yeah, well, especially, you know, being a nightclub girl too, and I really went through it a little bit over the past couple of years. Actually, a lot of it. I really had a dark 2 years because I was trying to figure out how am I going to segue this and still have a career. And I really believe that PR is going to be something that I will be doing. But also, like, Rhea Litré is never going to die. Like, she's always going to be a part of me. Like, I always love to release music through her. I think she's so fun. Like, I'm a fierce bitch. I got Mayhem, Miller, and Raja as my mothers. Like, I've had an incredible career that a lot of people can learn from if they just open their eyes and pay attention.
Word.
Girl, you know what? Now that's how you handle the motherfucking hot seat. I'll tell you. Good job, girl. Good
Thank
job.
you. I was nervous about that one.
No, I'm not here, girl. You know me. I'm not here to rake anybody through it. Really, I do want to talk about some real stuff. I want to get into the stuff, but I'm here. I'm all about supporting each other and lifting everybody up. We're gonna have fun. I'd rather get into that. You know, when we get into the discussions of ideas and things that make us passion, rather than burning anybody to the ground. You know, because baby, we got to take care of one another.
Well, I appreciate that because the girls can't wait to tear somebody down, and I deal with that a lot, especially locally in Los Angeles. Like if you have something that they want and they don't know how to get, they will take it from you. Girl. You know, and or try to.
There's enough room for everybody. Stop.
Exactly. You know, stop being a hater, girl.
Stop. Yeah, stop being jealous. Get inspired.
Well, literally. And really, it tells you more about them than anything, right? It tells you all you need to know about them.
The Los Angeles drag scene is nasty. It is nasty. You know, these girls are not. They're not friends. They all pretend to be. They all stab each other in the back. The sense of community in drag in Los Angeles is really non-existent. That's, you know, and it's something these girls really gotta.
A sense of community here in Puerto Vallarta with our local queens and those of us who travel in. You know, I am kind of both. I'm an immigrant to Mexico, and I'm a local. There's a wonderful set of community here. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of everywhere. Each other's throats once in a while. But I will say, when it comes down to it, you come for one of us, you come for all of us, and we will all stand together here, because in this community, the one thing about Puerto Vallarta is this is a tight community. And that brings me to a really great moment. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the Mama's Milk section. This one's really kind of from me to each and every one of you. So I'm going to pull everybody back for just one moment. I'll bring you guys right back on the stage here in just a moment, everybody. But I just kind of wanted to take this moment to kind of talk to you. This is my milk for the week. So Mama's Milk, my little sustenance. This is, you know, after a night like tonight, after what we talked about kind of in the topics of the show and in the beginnings of everything, I don't want to end on any of the outrage. I don't want to end on any of that fuss. I also want to remember that, you know, these two tragedies in one weekend, some of you are exhausted. Some of you are scared. Some of you are over this. I know I am. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm over it all. With the politics stuff that we've gone over, all of the things with the, you know, the white supremacy and the Nazism. And there's a lot in the world. There's hate and everything. And especially right now, dealing with stuff at prides and, you know, whatnot. It's hard. But know that you are not alone. You are not alone in this, and there's a community that is here that loves you and that will help raise you up. All you need to do is just reach out, and we will be there. We will help lift you up. We will take care of you. And, you know, right now, we need to keep showing up for each other. We need to show up for each other at Pride. We need to show up for each other in the comments. We need to show up for each other in the room when other people aren't in the room, because nobody else is guaranteed to. That's not weakness. That's the whole plan. Keep showing up. Check on your people. Take care of yourself, because we've got a bumpy ride ahead of us. But together, babies, we can do anything. So let me go ahead and bring everybody back. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hola.
Back.
Good comments.
And we're going to go ahead and close it out with our good news only. We're at the end of the show. We are going to go a little bit over today, but, you know, we try to keep to an hour and 10 or whatever. But we're going to go through a little section. We've talked about some things. We've talked about a lot of things that trigger people. Talked about things that frustrate us, things that make us a little angry, things that annoy us, things that we would like to change. But right now, what I always like to do is I close the show on good news only. And I'm not talking about good news, but, oh, this good happened, but blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about good news only. Like Cynthia Nixon right now is about to officiate what could be the world's largest lesbian wedding. She is
cute
young girl. Hundreds of couples all saying "I do" together in Florida next February. Of all places.
Florida, good.
Florida girl.
I love that.
Hit 100 couples, and it's a Guinness World Record.
Awesome.
Just gay people getting married in a bulk with Sex and the City icon presiding. I mean, come on, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go to Florida. I might go to Florida just to watch a whole bunch of lesbians get hitched and break. I mean, I think that's great. I think
Yeah, flood them with queerness.
Visibility.
Yep.
Home Depot is going to close that day.
That's where the reception will be.
What's that?
The reception will be at Home Depot.
Literally, that would be sickening. A Home Depot block party in the parking lot.
In the garden center. Like,
yeah. And I know so many lesbians that would actually be all up in that, be like, can we have the reception in the garden center? I love that.
I bet.
I go to Home Depot all the time. You know me and my addiction to flowers.
Girl, it is gay mecca. Not only the lesbians are there, some homosexuals are there too. Oh my goodness. Now, number 2, good news only, nearly half of this year's WNBA All-Stars are out and queer.
Oh, cute.
Wow. Yeah, well, it's a butch game.
This past week, and nearly half of the All-Stars are out and queer. Not closeted, not rumored, out.
I love
that. Gays are quietly running professional women's basketball at this point. And girl, I ain't mad about it.
I love it. Give the gay people money. Give them money.
Can we just give a quick shout out to the brave women who are out in professional sports? Where are the men? Where are the men? Step up, men. Like, come on, if you're so fucking strong.
I feel like every time an athlete that comes out as gay, like he all of a sudden just doesn't do it anymore. Like he's not playing anymore. Yeah, like they retire. They're like, I'm gay, I'm out.
No, girl, stay in.
Stay in.
Yes, and we appreciate it. But come on, be visible while you're playing. Like,
but we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and it might be really, really hard for them to be accepted.
I can only imagine it is. But also, maybe it isn't, because I don't know. I don't know that world, but I do think that it's really wonderful to see that, nearly half of this year's WNBA All-Stars are all out and queer. I think that's wonderful. Bravo, divas. That's the way you run it. That is the way you do it.
Way to carry it forward.
I love this. Our last topic in the good news, only moment of this, a trans mom's viral Tucker Carlson impression funded her own gender-affirming surgery.
Love that.
Bitch, I love this.
That's sickening.
A trans mom on TikTok has been going viral doing impressions of Tucker Carlson as a toddler. And she used the money from it to crowdfund her own facial feminization surgery. She posted her recovery video, still manages doing one more impression to say thank you. Girl, this is spite as self-care, and I respect it. 1,000%.
Yep.
Go off, girl.
Yes.
Make them eat it. Babies,
yes.
I want everybody out there to be doing stuff like this. Make them eat it. Get out there, be visible, be proud, be fabulous, and turn the tables on them. The best way you can win is to use their bullshit and succeed. You flip it and make it successful for you. So you know what? I fucking love that. Bravo, Diva. Bravo. Yes. Well, kiddies, we've made it through.
This was fun.
We have made it through. Rhea, what did you think?
I had the best time. And before we close out, I do want to say, go and get my album, PUNTO.
Yes!
It is everywhere. I wrote a song about PV, and it goes something like this. Poppy knows I'm popping my pussy up in PV. Checking at the Tris Margarita at the CC's. All the vatos on the playa, the gringos call it the beach. If you want to get to know me, you better get on your knees. Mama Mella with the Manta Ma. Got you so hard with the wet dreamers going down at the Alamar.
Woo! Look at her. Come on, put some stank on it.
Yes, encuéntrame en la zona romántica.
Yes, baby. And I love that we are talking about this, and you are actually in the Tris right now. In PV, in the sling. I love that the Tris comes with hammock swings, but slings. Yes, bitch.
They're multi-use. They're multi-use sling swings.
You know what? Now I need to hit up Tristan. I think the Tris should sponsor the Tits and Tea podcast. I think that's
girl. Hey, You know what? And everybody go out there, support Tristan, support his properties. And if you are not on PrEP and you're wondering how to get it, go to mistr.com. That's MISTR.com so that you can know and have more knowledge about your health and protect yourself.
And get yourself some PrEP medication, get all the information,
honey,
so that you can still be that good old dirty slut hoe, but you don't have to be playing with your sexual health. Because baby, we want you to be sexy, we want you to have fun, we want you to be sexually free, we want you to be healthy, so you can stick around and be with us all the time. And we want to thank you.
So I can go to Spartacus and do this.
I think she's gonna do a leg lift and then
a whole new podcast now.
Shit.
Girl.
Okay.
You see it here first. Rhea Litré, legs in the air, my God. But yes, thank you. First of all, thank you to Tristan and everything that Mr. does in our community. I love seeing what Tristan does on the Capitol, trying to get our government to pay attention while they're slashing things. And it's because of people like Tristan that we will still have access to these things, even when the government doesn't do what they need to be doing. So thanks, girl. We appreciate you.
We love you, Tristan.
It's such a pleasure to have you on the show, Rhea. We want everybody to go follow you on social media. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Twitter. You can find her on OnlyFans. You can find her everywhere. I'm sure you can find her on, where else?
Christian Mingle, Scruff, Sniffies,
and the back alley behind, CC's here in PB. You can always find her.
You know me, girl.
in a good old massage amigo parlor here.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Sayulita until the 28th. So if any of my friends, any of you out there are going to be coming out here, please shoot me a DM. Maybe we can grab a little cocktail. We can sing a little song at Cuckoo's. Because there is no place I like to party more than Puerto Vallarta.
I love that. We're gonna have such a great time. I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna do something. I'll grab my man. We'll go do something. We'll have a good time. It's such a joy to have you here. Thank you so much, Rhea Litré. Everybody, if you have not followed her, go follow her. Go download her music. Go on to Apple Music. Go download her music. Go stream it. Go do everything, because you know what? Divas are doing it for themselves, and you got to go support one of our girls. And she is making her way without all the other machine behind her. So get out there and support our local divas, just making it happen. Diva, thank you so much. Thank you for being the baddest bitch.
Please come again.
Thank you again, girl. I hope you're having a great time here in PV. And don't go anywhere. I'll talk to you after the show. But everybody say goodbye, Rhea. We'll see you next time, my love. Oh my goodness, James, what a great show today.
Yeah, we did it. This is getting more and more fun each time.
Yeah, I think this is really, really great. Now, unfortunately, I hear you're leaving town next week.
I will be out of town next week for a long, fun weekend, but I'll be right back following.
I love that. Well, I want you to have a great time and everything, but we have got a really great surprise. I just confirmed it today, and I'm super excited to announce to everybody that next week I will have not one, but two special guest stars. I will be having Latrice Royale and Manila on the Tits and Tea podcast next week. So Latrilla will be here. So tune in next week at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. For all of that. James with the J, it's been such a pleasure, baby. I love you. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I love doing this project with you. Have a great trip, my love, and I will talk to you soon. And say goodbye, everybody. See you later, James with the J. Thank you all, my sweets and relations. You're really wonderful. It's just so much fun. I'm really enjoying this new project. Thank you for being a part of the Tits and Tea podcast and streaming with us. We will have these episodes up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and the podcast list by tomorrow, the audio versions, and then the video will be uploaded to our YouTube channel either later tonight or tomorrow. But remember, tune in with us live every Thursday on Instagram, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on my Mama Tits page until we get 1,000 followers on the Tits and Tea podcast page, and then we'll switch over there. You can find me on the socials and on my website and right here in beautiful Puerto Vallarta. I love you all. Remember to be yourselves, be proud, and always shine like the stars you are. And if you have a prostate, get it checked. I love you all. Be fierce and fabulous, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming to the Tits and Tea podcast. Bye.